Ahoy there, cruise nerds, and welcome back aboard to my channel, DCL Cruise Nerd. My name is Megan and I am your host. Today I will be doing my final review of my Disney fantasy sailing that took place on September 18th, 2021. But before then, let's dive right on in to the Cruise Nerd Corner. Alright, cruise nerds, let's go ahead and talk about all the information that has been coming out in the past couple of weeks. Starting with the dining rotations. Now, I mentioned this back on September 29th when it was first announced by Disney Cruise Line. And after looking at it and talking about it, I did tell my mom that I noticed this on our cruise on the Disney Fantasy, that they were starting to implement it. So, effective as of October 1st, the dining rotation, the time for dinner, as well as your table number will not be on the Key to the World card like it used to. Now, if you have sailed with Disney Cruise Line before, you know what I am speaking of. But if you are a new cruiser to Disney, you won't know somewhat of what I'm talking about. But the Key to the World cards, if you're a new cruiser to Disney Cruise Line, the Key to the World cards used to have the dining rotations as well as your table number and what time your dinner was. Now, with social distancing and also the staggered timing for dinner, they decided to go ahead and move it all the way to the Navigator app. You'll still have the rotational dining and you'll still have your table number, and the crew members will still rotate with you from dining room to dining room. They are just taking all the dining rotation information off of the Key to the World card and just putting it on the Navigator's app. Now, there are pros and cons to both, but there's more pros than cons when it comes to the Key to the World card. And I am going to miss it on the Key to the World card because I want to try to use my phone as less as possible while on vacation. But then again, this is a new world of technology and we have to keep moving forward like Walt wanted. So, I don't have much doubt that it will come to a better situation. Anyways, so I just wanted to let everyone know that if you do not follow me on other social media platforms. As of September 30th, effective immediately on September 30th, Disney Cruise Line relaxed the mask requirements for the fitness center only. They haven't really relaxed any other mask mandates on board the ship with the exception of the fitness center. Now, you are still required to wear your mask while entering and exiting Senses Spa, but you can take off the mask while inside the fitness center area. So just a heads up there. Now, also speaking of the Senses Spa, because I know I've got a lot of questions about this, about the vaccine cards. Like, Megan, do we really need our vaccination cards? I highly recommend taking them on the cruise. Okay? Now, on the cruise itself, the only place that they ask to see either the physical copy of the vaccination card or a copy, as in a photo of it, is at Senses Spa when you are entering that area, because they want to make sure that you are vaccinated. Okay? Now, I didn't really go too much to the fitness center since the requirement of vaccines have been for 12 years and older. So, I will let you know when I go on my next cruise that is coming very, very soon. So recently, Disney Cruise Line had made some adjustments to some of the itineraries aboard the Disney Wonder when she returns to Galveston in November. Now, these dates that have been changed are going to be November 23rd, December 7th, December 31st, and also January 14th. They were originally Bohemian sailings that had Disney's Private Island of Castaway Cay and Key West. Now they are going into Western Caribbean, which would be like Progreso, Mexico, Cozumel, those ports of call that we have visited in the past. The reason being behind this, because I know I also got this question a lot as well, the reason being is because it's not that Disney Cruise Line doesn't want to go there. It's just Key West does not want us coming as a large cruise ship to the port of call. So that particular, I wouldn't say it's an investigation, but that particular court hearing is still going on. So until that is resolved with the court and also with the government, big ships like the Disney Dream and Disney Fantasy that have a lot of passengers are not allowed in the port. So until everything is resolved with Key West, Disney Cruise Line is still making adjustments. So this past week, on October 7th specifically, Disney Cruise Line unveiled new experiences for kids, tweens, and teens aboard the Disney Wish. And I'm actually going to put that link below from the Disney Parks blog, so you can go watch that if you're interested in seeing what updates have come to the Disney Wish Kids Club area. And then the most recent up-to-date announcement was actually on Sunday, October 10th. Disney Cruise Line did a last-minute itinerary change for their sailing that went out on Monday, October 11th. Now, this itinerary was aboard the Disney Wonder, and they were supposed to do, the original sailing was supposed to be a day at sea, Cabo San Lucas, another day at sea, then back to San Diego. But they changed the port of call for Cabo San Lucas to Ensenada due to a tropical depression that was in the Pacific Ocean. So they wanted to make sure that they missed that and kept all crew and guests safe. So just a heads up there, that's the reason for that last minute change, due to a tropical depression. Also on Tuesday, October 12th, so they actually announced Phase 1 of 2023 itineraries for all 5 ships from January all the way to May. And that is actually all of my updates for the Cruise Nerd Corner for today. So let's go ahead and sail away into my final review of the Disney Fantasy. Alright, Cruise Nerds, so let me talk about my amazing cruise aboard the Disney Fantasy. Now, this cruise took place on September 18th, so that was my last cruise. But it was, since I scheduled my next one, which may be coming up sometime in the near future, who knows. I'll keep you on your toes. But I'm excited to share some updates and everything on that particular cruise. Anyways, back to our final review of the Disney Fantasy. I had an awesome cruise, and overall the cruise was amazing. I just enjoyed being back on the ship, being back with the crew, and just being out on the open seas once again, and going, of course, to Neverland, which was Disney's private island of Castaway Cay, and of course just in general enjoying my time with my family. So the dining, of course, the food was amazing. It came out hot, it came out fresh, it came out quick. And I'm not saying it's due to the reduced capacity or whatnot, but the food did come out amazing. And our servers, Sam and Tita, both came, and they both did an awesome job. They were both energetic. They were always on their toes, making sure that we were, of course, having a great time, and of course the food was excellent. So, and I know Sam is probably watching this, so Sam, thumbs up to you and the team. Just keep up the amazing work. Entertainment was phenomenal, as always, in the Walt Disney Theatre. We cried, we laughed, and truly we were immersed into that world of entertainment. The shows that we had was Aladdin, Frozen, as well as Disney's Believe. Those were the 3 shows that we had, and they just did a fabulous job. And they actually surprised us on that particular cruise with a matinee showing of Frozen. But it was an awesome job that they did, and the stories were just amazing. You know, you felt like you were part of the story. So, awesome entertainment. The crew, like I mentioned before, the crew did a phenomenal job. They were amazing. They kept us safe, especially with COVID-19 going on right now. And, of course, they were very excited to be back. I actually did a video of some of the crew. So if you haven't seen that particular video, definitely check that one out. But they were so excited to see guests back, and they were so energetic. They were so happy. And they just wanted us to keep coming back and having a fun time. And definitely support the crew. They've had a rough year just like us. So definitely support the crew if you can. I hope you do. And then lastly, the one last little thing I'm going to go over is Halloween on the High Seas. Now, benefit of the doubt, Disney Cruise Line did do an amazing job keeping us safe while on board the cruise. Especially when we went to the masquerade party, which was up on deck. They had, similar to like show times, they had 2 different times. One for the guests that had second seating, and one that was a later time for the guests that were on the main seating. So definitely check the Navigator's app to see what time yours will match yours. They did. I actually like the masquerade party up on deck a little better, just because I guess it was more spaced out, and you can enjoy the characters, you know, together at the same level compared to like if they were on the staircase in the main atrium. So just a heads up there. They hardly had any merchandise themed to Halloween on the High Seas, so that was a little bummer. The only merchandise that they had that was Halloween was pumpkin ears that you can actually buy in the parks. I think they were trying to have at least something that was themed Halloween. And then, so the other thing that was like Halloween, the only Halloween themed activities that they had, like I mentioned, the masquerade party, which was up on deck, and also the pumpkin tree, which is in the main atrium, which one thing I did like about the low capacity, the reduced capacity, is that you have a better opportunity to get a photo op in front of the tree. So that was the one plus side about photos with the pumpkin tree. Another thing is, the only other thing that they had was Halloween movies, so like Hocus Pocus, Haunted Mansion, as well as Nightmare Before Christmas sing-along. They actually had that twice. And they also had a socially distanced meet and greet with Jack and Sally. And to be honest, I felt like we had more one-on-one time with them. And I actually did a different video for the Halloween on the High Seas activities. So you can kind of sort of see where they're at. They're actually in the Walt Disney Theatre. And they actually make a queue down the wall. So when it's your turn, they have it socially distanced. So you can do that. And then, of course, they seat you for the sing-along movie if you do decide to stay. So that's pretty much it on the Halloween on the High Seas activities. And like I mentioned, I did do a video. Also, I do want to mention, I know that the music has gone in and out due to certain music not being allowed in my videos because the singer-songwriter that owns it's copyright. So I couldn't use that music. But just a heads up, if it's like, oh, music's going in and out, what's going on? I am aware of it. It is because of copyright with certain songs in that video. So YouTube did reach out to me on that. So just a heads up there. But other than that, I did do a video on Halloween on High Seas. Definitely check that out. kind of see what the show is for the masquerade party and other activities that they have aboard the ship. And overall, like everything in one lump sum, the cruise was amazing. It was good to be back on the ship. And of course, each cruise is going to be different for everybody. Someone's not going to have the same experience as me, or I'm not going to have the same experience as them. But overall, and I think a lot of people agree, is that it's good to be back on the ships. It's good to be back with the crew. And the magic is there. I mean, it might seem different, but the magic is there. The crew is the magic. Alright, cruise nerds, thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It would be greatly appreciated. As well as follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and also Twitter for more breaking news and updates. I hope everyone has a great day out there. Stay safe, have faith, trust, and pixie dust, and I'll see you real soon on board.